So welcome to another video. We have a new case study to go over here. So we have this channel that we haven't been posting on for very long, about 2 months now. And, just go ahead and build it up here. That's just see. So if we go over to content, you see that obviously we've been posting every day, just what you need to know. But we go over, this is all our videos right here. All right? From May to period, that's when we're posting this video. Today's July, like 10th, well, July, I don't remember. But if we go to analytics, which is what you're here for, you can go ahead and see that this channel right here ended up making us 5.2K in the last 28 days, as you can see. Started blowing up really quickly. I'm in the last 90 visits, you can see right here, 20, blew up. Last 7 days alone, it's still at 900 USD in the last 7 days, which is not bad because this channel is completely automated. But I'm not sure he does the flex. I'm sure he does because a lot of you are going about niche research wrong. You know why? You know why I can know this for sure? Because if I ask you right now, what is your strategy to replicating my success right now, right here? What you're just going to go ahead and do is to start copying this channel. Literally ask yourself that question. I've reviewed the niche, right? I've been getting a lot of blasts saying, oh, why are you hiding your channel? Blah, blah, blah. I've reviewed the channel. I've reviewed the niche. How do you replicate what I have? Answer this question. If your answer to this question is, oh, okay, now let me search up the niche. Let me open their video, and I'm just going to start copying what they're doing. If that's your answer, just copying what I'm doing, you've already failed. Right. So that's why I'm going to go ahead. That's why I'm making this video. There's a lot that you have to start to understand when it comes to YouTube strategy, which obviously it's not your fault. All the videos you're making are done in a precise way that you keep. Sorry, all the videos you're watching, all the how to make money on YouTube videos that you're watching are done precisely in a way to keep you coming back. So eventually they can sell you on their courses, etc., etc. But anyway, if you go ahead and go over to this channel, it's like Australian, like I have Claude open, I have Miro open, I have everything open. I'm going to be giving you a full breakdown of this channel, how to actually form a strategy why he actually have higher chances of succeeding rather than repeated the loop that you've been doing forever. But yeah, we have it open. As you can see, literally Australian documentary conference. I'm going to try to open their video without having 10 fucking ads spammed in my face is it just me or I feel like YouTube ads nowadays are 2 ads? You just showed me another ad. Now you showed me another one. Like, please, I just want to see my video, please. But anyway, I'm going to make a cut to when this ad has finished playing, which is probably going to be tomorrow, 24 hours later, but let's see. Can we give you more confidence? You got the best there. Australia was not fair, so finally opened the video. But if we seek through the video, you can see, oh my God, I'm not another ad. I can't do this. Kiwi give you more confidence. You got the best deal. Thanks for the Kiwi price matches, mania. Right, finally. So if you seek over the video, you see it's a lot of B-rolls. That's who does. Okay. So it's a little B-rolls that assist in telling the story. That's all it is, As you can see, conspiracy theories like this. Some of them are conspiracy theories, some of them are real, obviously. If you hover over its B-rolls, you can search out what B-roll means, but it's just footage that help tell its story and stuff like that. So it's not because we're doing some crazy editing or because I'm paying my editors so much. I actually don't have any editors for these videos. That's not why I'm getting these videos. I'm getting these views. The pure reason I'm getting these ideas is what I'm getting going viral like this, enough to make a 5K a month channel, is purely from the ideation, okay? Like, I know you've heard this 1,000 times, but please, ideation and volume is the only way to win. So the moat is here, right? This is the moat. The moat. This is what separates people like that actually win in the game and people that lose in the game of YouTube, right? So going into this strategy, I want to tell you why copying this channel, right? It's the last thing you want to do. Just let me become a copycat is just not a valid strategy, okay? And I'm going to expose what strategy you should actually do that give you a higher chance of succeeding. So if you say, okay, let me just copy this channel, you're just gonna join a sea of channels that are already doing what you just thought, which is to copy me. If you start to do this, you just become another copycat. And if you notice something lately, you know that YouTube is not rewarding copycat channels at all. Okay, so if we go to niches like this, I've even saved some more niches for you. So if you're looking at niches like this, I'm saying, okay, I'm just going to copy them. You are going to struggle because by the time you decided you're going to copy a channel, so many more people have done that. So many more people have started like last week or 2 weeks ago, way before you'd even thought of the idea. And the first idea, which is why it's actually so easy to execute this strategy, the first idea that comes in their minds is, look, let me just copy, which means everyone is doing the same thing, which means if you can just walk in the other direction, you will do quite well. So now I'm not saying to, obviously, like, I'm not saying to try to do something completely different. I'm going to go into that, how it actually works. I'm going to show you the strategy in this video. But YouTube right now is more of a monopoly game, okay? People with more original ideas, you probably heard this before, get more views and stay more consistent at getting views, right? And their trust scores are higher because YouTube sees them as a channel authority, right? When I started this channel that you're watching your videos on right now, so when I started posting on this channel, right, I'm not the only one making like tutorial videos, sharing my strategies and stuff, but people started copying my videos, my title from frameworks, my thumbnails and stuff like that. But now their channels have literally fallen off. Like their views are down, they're not getting consistent views anymore, etc., etc. And I'm still doing pretty good, considering I just started recently, right? I literally just started this channel recently. One day ago, like I started posting back here recently, one month ago, 28K views, right? But really good allies for starting recently. Now, that's why YouTube is more of a monopoly game. If you just copy without something different, you're going to struggle, okay? I think I'm yapping too much. So guys, actually, let me know in the comments, what kind of tutorials do you prefer? Do you prefer these deep dives where I don't try to think of, there's a time limit and I'll just go through everything in depth? Or do you prefer I kind of just rush through it and just like not yap too much? Just let me know and I will accommodate. But yeah, so you want to do what 99% of people do, you're going to struggle. And the thing that we do, the thing that makes sales strategy different is because we don't do what you're doing. BMS students don't do what you are sitting here right now thinking of doing for entry niches. We don't do that, right? So you are the 99%, unfortunately, that kind of sounds bad, but unfortunately, the strategies you're thinking naturally is from what is propagated on YouTube, right? What's propagated everywhere, just find the most untapped niche. This near niche right now is trending, jump into this, jump into this, jump into this. So you're essentially doing what 99% of people are doing, right? And here's why this is bad. Everyone has access to the same niches, the same tools. Everyone has access to vidIQ. Everyone has access to like good niche finder now. Like people have tools for finding good niches. Everyone has access to the same niches on YouTube, the same YouTube dashboard, the same YouTube home feeds and stuff like that. There's no moat. Where is the moat? Where is the thing? Because a few years ago, if you were to go back 5 years ago, the moat used to be more in like coming up with original ideas. People then were either coming up with original ideas or because there's no tools for finding these cool niches, the best niches, etc., etc. The moat was creativity. The moat was literally creativity. All right? But fast forward now, YouTube automation has told you that you don't need to be creative. You just need to be a slop comping machine. You just need to pump slop all day and you're going to get rich, right? So the more YouTube automation went down, people started saying, oh, just use AI. Just use AI and do the same thing over and over. No one is thinking anymore. Man, this is your brain. I apologize. But no one is thinking anymore, right? So everyone is like, it's like a tunnel, right? And everyone's just like going through the same tunnel, trying to achieve the same thing at the end of it, right? See, is your competition right here, while you can just like take a different route. Now, because it's literally physically impossible for everyone to win if they're racing under the same competition, the same race. Impossible for any market in the world. So what you need is a moat. You need something that they can't easily copy. You need something different. You need a new way. It's not really a new way. It's just like, I guess you could say it's a more data-backed way to do YouTube that people can't copy easily, you know? And that's the thing. I said earlier, good advice is soft. They keep you watching so you can buy the course, all right? So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to what we're doing differently that's allowing us to see results like this. Well, not one does, but you get the point. That's allowing us to see results like that consistently, right? This is not the only channel of showcasing this channel. What we're doing that you're not doing right now, right? Essentially, what we don't do that you do is, anyway, ideation. Number one thing is ideation, moat. So what do we do differently? So when we're doing ideation right now, we're not doing your traditional niche hunting where we're essentially going on YouTube trying to find a new untapped niches to enter, right? What we're doing is we already use data from channels that are monetized. Even if it's not monetized by us, we can use channels that we know are popping up. Channels like this, channels like this, channels like this one right here, right? And we use this data plus our student channels, right? So niches that be monetized, whether it was in the celebrity niche, whatever niche it was, we take that channel data, right? And we take these formats that are already proven to work for these different audiences. If you look at these videos, they are not made for the young audience. These videos are made for the older specific demographic, right, that consume these easily editable videos, right? So we're trying to learn from those demographics and why they work. And because we have so much data now, we now use AI to ideate gaps, underserved gaps, underserved gaps based on what's already proven, okay? Based on what's proven. Pay attention. I'm not saying you should reinvent something completely different because you're going to need to test a lot and fail a lot if you're doing that. You'd need to point yourself in the correct direction by using formats that already work, right? And I'm going to show you how to do this. By using formats that already work and using that properly to create underserved demand, gaps, right? Because think about it. The niches that you keep seeing, they randomly like, start doing good. You're scrolling on YouTube one day and just randomly like that, you start seeing really good performing channels, whatever it could be, right? So I don't know why I said this. But you're scrolling on YouTube, doing whatever you're doing. Well, I wouldn't admit you're like, what is wrong with this? I'm just watch if you do then. So you're scrolling on YouTube. Obviously, more confidence, you got the best deal thanks to the TUI partner. For you're certainly on YouTube, and the reason that you are finding those formats that are blowing up, right, that get a lot of views and stuff like this, think about it. Whenever you see these formats that blow up, it's novel, right? It's most of the times, it's not something you've seen before. Most of the times, it's because they're executing this strategy I'm talking about. Most of the times, you've seen original ideas. Think about it. The ideas just sing and go viral over and over. Then you try to copy our original ideas. It's not copycats a lot that you just see keep going by over and over. You're seeing completely novel ideas. It sounds novel, but it's not actually novel. I'm going to show you the strategy to use it. So you want to start to understand maybe the way to think about YouTube is to go more the original route, right? Maybe that's what YouTube rewarded again. So why not think about it like this? So you want to copy that engine that's been proven to work, right? This right here just proves something big. You proved you can make Australian old history videos, and with stuff like that, it proves that there's an audience for stuff like this. So you use that engine, fit into AI, and find your new ideas and find unsaturated gaps that you can also start doing, and you become the first mover of this place, right? You become the first mover, uncrowded, literally nobody there making content. And you can be the first mover. This is you. Boom, boom. You can be the first mover. So how do you do this? Well, let me go ahead and show you. First thing you want to do, how we do it, is you want to get the channel data. So let's say we're using these two channels right here. As you can see, completed, not bad. So what would you do? Well, you would go over to whatever you use to get channel data. Okay, I'm going to show you what I use. I use channel recipe, which is my own tool. I'm sorry, for plugging what I actually use. It is my own tool, but you can use anything you want to use. You can use downsub, which allows you to get channel transcripts and stuff like that. Now, I'm going to show you what we do, right? So I'm going to come over here, go to Script Studio, right? And I'm going to, okay, let's add 2 channels. Reduce this like 10 videos. All we want to do right now is to get data from these channels. So what kind of data are we getting? We're getting title ideas. We're getting scripting ideas. We're getting the audience demographic data. What kind of ideas work more than others? Well, hi, they're watching these videos and stuff like that. So I'm going to fetch down the data, and after I fetch them, we're going to download it. And after we do that, we're going to head over to Claude. Now, very soon you are going to be able to have like this AI brain right here, which is essentially what we have trained on our own data. Is going to be released to the public soon, but it's not released just yet. So we can do that inside here with all our data, but it's not released just yet. So we're going to be using Claude. So I'm going to show the IT squad. So let's wait for the channel data to finish. As you can see, it's got my scripts here as well. So I'm going to download the JSON. As you can see, he's fetched 2 channels. I'm going to download the JSON right here. So after we've downloaded the JSON, we're going to go ahead and come over to Claude. So you can use Fable 5 if you want, but I think it's just unnecessarily expensive. So I'm just going to use Fable 4. I'm going to use Opus 4.8. Fable 5 is also really slow, which I don't like. Now, you want to go ahead and come over here as well, go to resources, and then get this blue ocean niche prompt. Everything, all the strategies I've explained himself out, I've embedded it into this prompt. So come over here and paste that prompt right here. You can open it and look at the advice. Essentially, what it's doing is everything it needs to know to learn from this data and find you actual ideas that will resonate with an audience that you're not even thinking about, to find you these blue ocean niches. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that. And now all we have to do is to just wait for it to complete. Now, while that's happening, I've just showed you number 1 asset that we have, which is ideation, and how we fix ideation. Now, let me show you number 2. Number 2 is trust God, right? Now, I know a lot of people say, you know what, initially, it does sound like a gimmick. Oh, what is trust score? YouTube trust score, YouTube this, or you don't have enough trust score, so YouTube doesn't push your videos. If you don't know what it means, essentially, it depends on what account that you have, and like how much does YouTube trust it. So on average, if you create a new YouTube channel, it's very much harder for YouTube to give you impressions, all right? Because like YouTube doesn't really know if you're a real user, if you're a bot, like spam accounts and stuff like this. So most of the times you have to post more often to build channel history from scratch So YouTube's channel history. So YouTube slowly starts to trust you more to essentially start giving you impressions, right? So this is a new channel. On average, guys, listen to me, okay? On average number, okay? Outliers exist. Outliers exist. There are gonna be some people that can make a new channel, start posting this week and start getting impressions. But I'm saying if you extrapolate, on average, new channels are flipping good. Outlines exist, but on average, when my students try this, when I've tried this, when other people try this, if you create a channel from scratch, immediately start posting, YouTube, right, is not going to give you impressions that easily. They're not going to give you impressions that easily. Now, a lot of people realize this. I'm not like taking this out of my ass or something. A lot of people realize this, and everyone's like using aged accounts. But I've made a full, I'm not going to explain the whole thing again. I have made a full video covering how this thing works. So this is not like another tutorial of the same thing. I don't like repeating myself. But I made like a full tutorial on it. You can go watch this, how trust code works, etc. But the whole idea is aged accounts is slightly better than new accounts, but there's a strategy to make this one work. It's all about trust code, right? On how quickly you start getting impressions. But what we do is we use pre-monetized accounts. So this channel that you're looking at right now, this pre-monetized. So even though obviously we made that first video here, just like a random video to put there, it was only monetized from there, you know? So it was monetized from day one. And even if you go to this video right here, if I can like load this video, if she zoom in right here, you can see from day 0 of posting, the first day, pretty much 1 day, 19 hours of posting this video, it got 2K views in the same day. This is not something you see commonly with new channels. Normally with new channels, you post, you go 0 views, 12 views, etc. You post for longer, and you stay consistent and eventually start getting views. But we don't have time for that because we're executing kind of novel ideas, kind of new ideas. So we need feedback quickly. So we need impressions quickly. And so we can know if a strategy is valid or not. So we just use promote other accounts. All right. So he is pre-monetized accounts. So that's the account strategy right here. So if you're wondering how do you get pre-monetized accounts, you could go ahead and do your own research. You don't have to get your pre-monetized accounts from us. I'm not saying this so you can, buy our pre-monetized accounts. We do have one, but you don't have to. Now, I know a lot of people watching this are going to be like, oh, he was just making their pro videos so he'd get plugins for monetized account. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can say to ever convince you that this is how actually YouTube works. So if you don't want to believe this, if you want to keep running the same strategy you be running, that's fine. My job, I'm not sitting here begging to convince you to follow my strategy. In fact, please don't follow my strategy. Please keep doing your own strategy and spend time, carve out your own experience. This is for people that want to know how I'm running my channels, and this is how I'm running it. Whether you want to get pre-monetized accounts from us, actually, I'm dying now. Whether you want to get pre-monetized accounts from us, whether you don't want to get, that's completely up to you, right? But we do have one. So you can check the link below on where to how pre-monetized accounts work. We have a whole tutorial there. So it's hestouchhammers.com. So you can go ahead and look at how like trust code works. And you can see some testimonials here. We have a wall of testimonials. And you can learn more about how they work. We have a whole video here explaining how pre-monetized accounts work. Or guys, whether you don't get it from us, I don't care. Okay. I'm just telling you, if you wanna properly execute what we're doing, you also have to keep the trust going in mind. Whether you want to go with an aged account or whether you want to test your luck with a new account, that's completely up to you. I'm just giving you my systems. Now we'll come with the step 3, which is volume. But before we do that, let's go back to this and let's see how it's doing. And it's taking quite its time. So let's just go ahead and wait for that guess that gives us, right? While we're waiting for that though, let me tell you why you can never compete us. We have endless volume. A lot of you are lazy as fuck. A lot of you watching this video right now are super lazy. You're either lazy or you don't really have much money to hire editors. So what ends up happening is when you start a new channel, you have the worst mindset on YouTube. And I don't know why I don't know how you grew this mindset that essentially puts YouTube out to be this get rich quick scheme thing, which it's not. YouTube is not a get rich quick scheme game. Okay, so what happens with a lot of people is they find each other, they make one video, right? They make two videos, right? Especially, they're probably in the new account, or they're probably in an aged account that don't even have trust code. They don't know how to know if your channel has trust code. I talk about it in the last video, how you can know if your channel has good enough trust code or not. So you can go watch it. But they don't even know if your channel has trust code. So they make like 1 to 2 videos and then they expect to get 10K views. I promise you. I've coached a lot of people. Right? And this is the hardest thing that's stopping them, that I have to kind of reprogram out of them to even get anywhere. They have this mindset that if I make 2 videos, I should have gotten 10K views by now. And the reason this is because when they're going here while they watch all these guru videos, of course you're going to see the channel that goes viral. No one shows you channels that don't go viral, right? Because you're not going to click on the videos. The whole idea is how YouTube works. YouTube is a compounding game. YouTube is not linear. YouTube doesn't give you results linearly, okay? You don't start posting today and start seeing results on the linear scale like this. That's not how it is. Okay, YouTube is a compounding game. So you post 0 views, and all of a sudden it compounds. That is how YouTube is. But a lot of people post here, then they quit here because they expect to be seen instantaneous feedback. But that's not how YouTube is. You keep making your inputs, posting your videos, posting your views, and all of a sudden it glows up. All the channels I've showed you here, okay, if you go to this channel right here, all the channels have revealed, isn't that crazy? Literally all the channels have revealed in y'all is all that is us posting videos, not seeing results, and then boom, compounding. Isn't that fucking insane? Bro, not seeing results, boom, not seeing results, and then boom, compounding. And then you start making far from the balls a day. Was he ever linear? It was never linear. It was never linear at all. It was never linear. It was you posting videos, and eventually it compounds, right? YouTube is a compounding game. So if you understand this, that YouTube is a compounding game, then the way to beat system, the way to beat Beasno number 3 is to have volume, right? To be able to make volume at very low price, very low cost, or very low time, right? So if you hiring people, you want to make sure that's cheap as hell. You want to make sure that's as cheap as possible. So we help get our students like, $5 a video to like hire editors to edit their videos. Either we do that, or we have like, essentially we have like video generators, like AI video generators. So we do have one, which is Channel Recipe. So Channel Recipe can also like generate videos. So you can see right here. It cannot do all the niches, obviously, but the niches that it can do, it does it really well. Like for example, this right here, it produces it like excellently. Produces these kind of like AI illustrations from the cinematic B-roll recipe. So it produces it, right? So if you understand how the game works now, that it's a compounding game, they need to solve volume. You need to be able to have a system where a video is posted every single day. 1 to 2 videos have been posted every single day. Like, look at this. 2 videos, 2 videos, 2 videos, 2 videos, 2 videos, 3 videos, 2 videos, right? You never skip. All right, let me actually, in the last 7 days, right? One video. We never skip because systems are in place. Right? And if you keep those systems in place, that's how compounding works. So once you understand that, you want to have whether you try to hire people, make sure it's cheap as possible, right? And that you can post consistently for 30 days and keep investing in this channel. Because YouTube is a compounding game, and it's like growing a seed, which then sprouts and grows, right? So what we are beating you at too, the reason we're beating you is that we have so much fun. We post so many videos every single day across all our channels, and our systems are so in place that no video ever doesn't get posted because we don't feel like it. So how people fail is they post their videos, they feel like they've spent money getting into this niche and not really seeing results, so they quit. And they don't even know if it's a volume thing, compounding thing, niche thing, systems thing, account thing with the pre-monetized accounts and like Trustco and all these things. They don't even know how to diagnose there, right? So this I'm one thing will keep in mind, right? Whatever you're doing, however you enter in a niche, make sure it's cheap. Make sure it's cheap on money. Make sure it's cheap on time. So when you enter these niches, you can actually stick to it long enough to work. YouTube is not a get rich quick scheme. It is not. It's far from it. It's far from a get rich quick scheme. Like, do not think about it like this. All you have to do is to make the right inputs, which I just showed you how to make the right inputs so you get the right outputs. Now let's see if our Claude is finally done. It's thinking it's quiet. It's taking its time. Actually, you don't need this. I don't know why it's using this. You don't need this at all. This is an extension, like next level extension. You don't need to put this here. So I'm actually gonna pause this video now and rerun this properly so that it gives us some results. It's taking so much time, but when this is released to the public, it will be so much easier to use. But now let's just wait for these ideas to come out. And yeah, that's why. Okay, now that it's finally done. Now keep in mind to run this strategy, it is best to have a lot of data. Thank you. We didn't put this much data into this. That's why we're going to be releasing the brain really soon, because we have so much data. But you need data across successful channels, like as much as you can possibly get. And as you can see, we posted it. And essentially what it's telling to do is to extrapolate the audience. Why did this video work? Why are these videos have these terms wanting? They actually ended up running this strategy on the Jeremy Clarkson channel. So let's see. So step C, live hunger map. So this is what's telling you what format's already been executed. So the channel we saw earlier, let me see if I can find that channel again. Overwatch. So channel we saw earlier, it's mapped out where the attention plus is, where that attention is coming from, right? So there's a lot of demand on Jeremy's cancer situation. Yeah, so demand is high, but it's also semi-crowded, right? So it's done the research for you, telling you what formats are being crowded, and then giving you other ideas that also with high demand, if they're fresh or not. It's extrapolated multiple ways that British audiences are coming to this video. Multiple interest points, multiple interest indicators, right, that lead into these videos going viral. And each of them can be carved out to their own niches, which is what it's doing here. So the group of thumb here, obviously, it's pretty simple, right? You want to go for niches that have high demand and like fresh supply, like not that much competition just yet, right? But remember, like I said, you want to learn this on like bigger, like with a lot more data, right? But you can go ahead and read the full thing. The rule it's using to identify the untapped like formats on untapped markets, as you see. But it's still giving you new ideas so you could form a new niche out, right? The day 25,000 farmers took over Clarkson from, etc. You can see, and it's done the research, found the attention clusters, and stuff like this. The 1 million pound that could kill every farm Clarkson fought for, like all of these kind of like niche business. It's from this niche, this kind of angle, pretty much from this really. So it's giving you clusters. Cluster number 2 is business mechanics. These are all untapped audiences. Again, you can see the sources from YouTube, Wikipedia, done the source on the internet, searched articles to find these audience interest factors that hasn't been brought into YouTube yet. So you can be one of the new people, one of the fresh ones, right, to come over and bring this supply on YouTube. And that's how you manufacture virality or like fresh channels, right? So this strategy that I gave you right now can be sustained. It's sustainable. The reason it's sustainable is because there's a moat to it, right? Everybody can't just copy the same thing. There's so many more ways that you can go about it now that each and every one of you actually has a chance now. But so if you're going to be executing this, like I said, find a more variety of channels or just get into channel recipe and you're going to have access to this when it drops. But get all the data, put it into here, use the Ocean Mesh prompt and start carving out mesh just this way and stop trying to be another copycat because that's why you're not seeing use just yet. So if you learned something good, let me know what kind of videos you want to see next. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Oh yeah, and by the way, from the KSL for Montage account, if that's something I can get, it's not for everyone who don't have internet channel. It's only for a strict number of people. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, head over to headsetchannels.com. You're gonna see everything about what it's about and apply. If you accept it, you might get yourself a YouTube brand, YouTube account. So let's go. See y'all in the next video.